Hello, I'm Mark, and the purpose of this video is to inform you of the expectations that we have of you as foundation year students at Queen Mary, and also expectations that you might have of us. And really the purpose here is to establish how you need to behave, what you need to do in order to be successful on the programme. Okay, so communication is key to your success personally, socially and academically at Queen Mary. Please check your Queen Mary email account at least once a day, several times a day if you can, and please access your Queen Mary email from a laptop so that when you write your emails to me, to my colleagues, to other students, you're not you're able to give time and attention to write properly. So email is the primary channel of communication at the university. If we send you a message, we consider that you have read it. So our expectation is that anything we send you, you will read, and therefore if we need to tell you at 9:40 that your 10 o'clock class has been cancelled or that it will be in a different class, we will tell you by email. So try to make sure that you set up your Queen Mary email account on your phone. Any difficulty in doing so, there are plenty of people in IT services who can help, and in the first couple of weeks of the year you can go and find extra IT support on the ground floor of the library. Use MySys and QM Plus regularly. Some teachers do look at the use that their students are making of QM Plus, and they can see whether or not you've accessed the readings that they've set, for example, and then therefore they know whether to expect that you've actually done the work or that you haven't in preparation for seminars. Any problems you experience, please do speak to your tutors, to lecturers, to your academic advisors. You can speak to me as well. We do all want to help, but I need to make a couple of things clear about the help that's available at university, because actually this is a huge institution, like many universities in the UK, and as a foundation programme student you are a regular member of the Queen Mary community, so you have access to support from all over campus, and it's really important for you to know that within the foundations team we don't do everything at the university. In fact, all we do is our teaching. So we provide the academic side of your university life, but there are lots of other people on campus who provide services for you in lots of other ways. So this graphic might look a little bit complicated, but I hope that you'll see that there are certain patterns here. If you need help with an issue relating to accommodation, you contact the accommodation office. If you need documents like a bank letter or some kind of proof that you're a student for your council tax bill, you go to the Student Inquiry Centre in the Queen's Building. So no one on the IFP team helps you with your accommodation or your official letters. You go to these places. Any help that you need with a visa, the only people on campus who can help you are in advice and counselling services. It is illegal for someone who is not trained to give visa advice to give you visa advice, so please don't ask them. If you've got questions about money, so that might be about paying your fees or finding out when you need to pay your fees, asking for an invoice, you do that via the fees office, okay, not through a member of foundation staff. If there are difficulties that you're experiencing with money, that might be due to a delay in a payment or problems with transferring money into your bank account, or just kind of living in London on the income that you've got, you can get help from advice and counselling. So Geography Square Advice and Counselling Services give all sorts of help, and they can give financial advice and point you in the direction of where you might get further help in relation to money. If you've got concerns about progression to the next stage of your education, so progression from foundation to a degree programme, you can speak to your academic advisor. You can look on QM Plus. There's lots of information on the QM Plus landing page, just as you can access your student handbook there, and there's information in there. But so please look on QM Plus first. If you can't find the answer there, maybe speak to your academic advisor. And we have a UCAS coordinator. So Will Hutton is our UCAS coordinator. If you've got questions that can't be answered by your academic advisor or on QM Plus, then you can contact Will. Any personal problems, you're welcome to bring them up with your academic advisor, and if they are impacting on your studies or your ability to attend classes or complete assignments, then you can speak to me as well. But you can also get help with personal problems from advice and counselling. So it's not the IFP team are very happy to listen to you and to try to help you with any personal problems you experience, but they're also trained professionals on campus in advice and counselling, and we really recommend that you take advantage of their expertise if you need it. Problems in your studies can be addressed in a variety of ways. You can of course always talk to other students, see if your friends can help you. Your friends you might find out by speaking to your friends about things that you're finding difficult that they are also finding it difficult, and that can be comforting, but that can also tell you as a group, we need to do something about this. So you might speak to other students, and in turn you might speak to your course rep, who can then come and speak to me. We have peer support available from former IFP students who give up their time to make themselves available to answer questions and to give assistance with any area of your IFP studies. So peer support is always an option if you need help with a particular class. QM Plus will typically have information that can help you, and perhaps this is obvious, but not all students do it. But if you're having problems with a particular class, speak to your teacher. If you don't feel confident about speaking to that teacher, you can speak to your academic advisor, who can then maybe find a way to speak to the teacher or the module convener or to me. Your teacher may also be the convener of the module that they are teaching, but in some of our modules we have a teacher and a module convener, a module leader, and it may be that if your problem might be perhaps a personal issue with a particular teacher, you can speak to the module convener. And beyond that, you can also speak to me. But I just want to show you that with every question you have, you don't always come straight to me or straight to a teacher. Sometimes there's someone with more expertise on campus who is better placed to help you. So communication is key, but communication with the right people at the university is obviously really important in helping you to get the support and the answers that you need. Okay. Question for you. When you send me an email, should you address me as A, Mr. Mark, B, Dr. Holloway, C, Professor Mark Holloway, D, Sir, or E, Mark? Have a think about that. Choose A, B, C, D, or E, and I'll tell you the answer in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. You should address me as Mark, not Sir or Mr. Mark. So at university, there's a sense that we're all adults and we're all equals. So we speak to each other and address each other, write to each other using first names. Okay, it's not it's not a formal place, and it's not like school. If you're going to miss a class, you should always email the teacher whose class you're going to miss. If you're unable to give any notice, so for example, if you're really ill and you simply cannot send an email before the class that you missed, then please, as soon as you can, send me an email after class. But it must be an email, and it must be from your Queen Mary email address to explain why you missed the class. Okay. Your health and welfare is of the utmost importance to us. Please read the student handbook on health and welfare issues and make sure that you register with a GP, that's a general practitioner. The way that health services work in the UK is that you register with a doctor who has kind of general medical knowledge, and when you're not well, you go and see the doctor, and if you need more specialist help, then you can be referred to a specialist, but you always start with a GP. You have to register with the GP because if you don't and then you need medical help, there's very, very few options for you. Okay. Also, for your health and welfare and general well-being, please make sure that you don't miss any tutorials with your academic advisor. Your academic advisor is always your English language and study skills tutor. They will set up at least 4 tutorials for you each semester. Please take them seriously. Do not miss any of them. Okay, they're not just for students who are experiencing some problems. And you may feel that things are going fine, but there may be an underlying issue that's going to cause a problem for you in the future. If you attend all of your tutorials and talk about your experiences with them regularly, then we can often anticipate things that might become an issue later on in the program, and we can do things to help you. Okay. Engagement is a word that you will hear us use a lot on the foundation program. We want all of our students to be engaged, to engage with the program, to engage with the foundation program community, and to engage with the wider community in the university and in London generally. Engaged students perform well. So, in order to engage, please be aware that all classes are compulsory and you must attend them all. Unexcused absences, poor attendance can lead to deregistration. Okay, this is not an empty threat. We take attendance at all classes, we monitor them, and where there's a problem with a student not attending classes, we investigate, and where necessary, we have to issue warnings and take action. So usually every year there'll be one student who does not complete the foundation program because they don't attend enough classes. Okay. Punctuality is also really important. You may not enter a class if you're 15 minutes late. 15 minutes late means 15 minutes after the hour. So if the class starts at 9 o'clock, even if the teacher says, okay, normally we're going to start at 9:05 to give you time to get here, that means that you can't enter the room after 9:15. Okay. If you're more than 15 minutes late, you will be marked as absent. Okay. It's really important that you participate as actively as you can in all of your classes. So try to be active, prepare for your classes, do your best to work with others when you're asked to. We often ask you to discuss things with other students and to complete tasks in a group. This is for your benefit. You do better if you participate well with others. Try to make a good impression. Read all your emails and instructions carefully. Reply to messages when you're asked to, and reply promptly, not 2 weeks later. Don't call me sir, but also don't be over friendly. I don't need to see lots of emojis and kisses in your emails. Don't look for shortcuts. Don't look for easy options. This never works. Students who look for shortcuts, students who make their module choices based on what they think will be easiest, do not tend to be successful students. Always try to find answers to questions yourself before asking. You're an adult, you're in an adult education environment, you have to show some initiative and some responsibility. Be punctual, be present, be prepared, and be patient. Okay? Sometimes you might not understand something, sometimes you might be waiting for clarification or information. Just be patient, you'll get there in the end. Follow this simple advice and you'll be fine. If you follow instructions, you listen to feedback, and you are present and participate, you can expect to do well this year.